Going into this album, I know I wanted to make it feel large. Have a lot of depth in these songs, a lot of layers, stuff working together to make the song like just have a massive feel, and I feel like we achieved that.
Put all of my heart into this compared to, our last EP, Tides of Poseidon, was just us trying to put something out there to start branding F2P. And then, a single, and then it's just been hiatus since because we've been trying to put together this specific thing and make it great.
Sometimes as a musician you feel doubts, you're your own worst critic, you get a writing block, stuff doesn't seem to be clicking together. But then sometimes everything just all fits, and then those feelings, they go away.
The approach that I took when it came to writing drums for Element was not to be the fastest, the craziest, the most technical, the most polyrhythmic, the most ambiguous, if that makes sense in this context. I don't think my drums are usually open to more than one interpretation of conflicting interests. However, on the other hand, my drums were written to be good. One of my favorite aspects regarding the style of music that the band is involved in is that the percussion is far from background noise. It goes much deeper than keeping a beat and throwing together some fills for some transitions. The drums are one of the driving forces behind the style of music that we play, which of course is why they say a band is only as good as its drummer. Right, guys? Although my intent with this record was to keep things generally simple, throw together some relatively straightforward, heavy, hard-hitting drums that you can feel right in your chest. And that's not saying that I didn't still challenge myself and push myself and attempt to hop over some of those barriers regarding my skill set. And I feel like in doing so, when you're talking hopping barriers and challenging yourself in a simple format, that is what made me grow as not only a drummer, but a musician as well.
The guitars on this record are something I really wanted to push myself. I wrote both parts, the leads and the rhythms for this album. I really wanted to write them with as much personality as, say, a verse or a chorus, so they can get stuck in people's heads as well. We've always been a very guitar-driven band, and with this album, I played stuff I never really thought I could play about 5 years ago.
When I wrote the lyrics on this, it's obviously a collaborative effort between everybody. Like Zach has something that comes across the table, I'll revise it and still get the message across on that, as well as another song where we had Kyle, do lyrics, and I came through and revised them just to put my own touch in it.
That's what makes Chris a great vocalist. He's the kind of guy where he can make things have such deeper meaning than anything that you could ever think of. He makes your mind work, and it's great. I couldn't ask for a better person to write music with. The guys in the band and everything, everybody's awesome. So.
I try to write them deeper with meaning because I want people to relate to it. So if you're listening to this song and the song makes you feel sad, there's a good reason behind that, versus one of our happier songs is supposed to motivate you and inspire you. Just really trying to dig deeper, as well as make things a little bit more complicated when you're reading the words, because I want you to read it like a book, as well as illustrate it in your mind.
I'm really proud of the lyrical content on this record. We've always been a band, as you'd say, metal with a message. We really like to write about topics that we are feeling at the time, topics that people can relate to, stuff of that nature. We don't just write angry music for the hell of it. We just like to really push ourselves lyrically and write good subjective content.
So Droids Recording Studio, Tommy and Devin. Where do I begin with these guys? For one, bunch of hooligans. The thing I really like most about them is they're super professional with us. It's to the point. The criticism is it's there, you know. If I don't do something right, they're gonna make me do it, which I appreciate that.
Fighting the Phoenix has been the best band to work with, you know, now and over the last several years. They're highly motivated, self-driven, and they're always 100% studio prepared. I really genuinely feel like I care about this band and the members on a personal level, and we've really developed this friendship more than just a business relationship.
We wanted to work with Droids on this album because they are some of the best guys we know. We really trust their judgment when it comes to songs. They genuinely care how we sound, add a whole new depth to this band that I, myself, or any of us would not be able to accomplish. They're pretty much like the 5th and 6th members of this band. We are just very excited about anything they do for us. It is unreal how hard these guys work.
From the studio perspective, working with Fighting the Phoenix is a dream come true. They really are the perfect client. What we found the most success with is all the instruments get done at Devin's spot, and then Chris and Zach will come over for the vocals here at my spot. That just seems to be the puzzle pieces came together that way most successfully. It sounds amazing. Everybody's receiving it really well, and that's just our winning combination.
You know, these guys love to work. One thing we really appreciated with this record in particular is, you know, they always put their minds behind it and utilize their musicianship background to just kind of give their input, and, you know, rather than just kind of accepting everything we're laying down, just to simply, you know, get it finished, finalized, and move on.
For Element, I really wanted to go the extra mile and just really add any production elements that I could to enhance their sound so that they can be heard the way that they deserve to be heard by their fans.
Band's work ethic is unparalleled. It's unlike any other band that we've ever worked with. Like I said, the pre-production is always on point. They know what they're doing. They know what they're here for. This is an environment where we can record something pretty special. That's how we set it up, and it's coming together. And you get to hear it yourself on every single that they've been releasing, and the new album that's coming out too. We are lucky to not only know them and work with them, but we are lucky to get to have the music that they write and release to listen to as fans. Fighting the Phoenix, thank you.
This album will always hold a special place with myself, and in large that is to thank for the times that we were releasing it in. Honestly, we had just completed this album right before the COVID pandemic hit, and of course the plan was to play shows off of it, maybe some small tours, have release parties, but of course nothing really has been normal for quite some time now. So we ended up reevaluating our plan and just came to the decision that, you know, if we're proud of something, if you're proud of something, you might as well just release it and get it out there and let people hear it and experience it the way that we've been experiencing it for a while now. And especially when people can just benefit from new, meaningful music in times like these.
This album means a lot to me, only given the fact that each and every one of us has given so much for this album. It really shows Fighting the Phoenix as who we are and who we're trying to be and where we want to be. It's insane. You just gotta hear this album. It's amazing.
Oh, that was sweet.
So Element is a gem, honestly. It's something that we've worked very, very hard to get done as a unit, as a group, as a family. And it definitely shows. The thing that I take away from it most is the fact that it's the full length that I got to sit and write it with, you know, my family, my brothers. We've been through so much stuff together. You know, we've been on the road, we've been stranded, we've been through horrible booking agents, and all coming together, writing this album together, not an EP, a full album, and putting everything we have into it, channeling everything we have into it, has been a lifetime experience. I have brothers for life, and we're gonna keep going. We're gonna conquer the world.
You know, at the end of the day, I just cannot be more stoked how this thing came together. I feel like we were a well-oiled machine as far as the composition of this album goes. From us, the band, to Tommy and Devin at Droids Recording Studios just putting this thing together. It's been about, I'd say, 8 years in the making. We finally feel like we've found our niche and we are in our element as a band. See what I did there? But Element is available everywhere November 20th. We'll see you around.